Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. So I'm about to get ready to start out onto the GT Auto for putting up with some modification wide body on the Mazda Roadster S ND model 2015 to have a presentation showcase before I'm about to get started. So, as you may remind you guys, today is March 21st for the test season of the 2022 Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup. But I had to make sure to take a good look around to be ready to go over onto sport mode. Since you have finally got the progress, we'll be going over onto the GT campaign. So let's go over onto sport mode and have a good look. I hope this is a very good place to have a nice start. In sport mode, a mode in which you can enjoy official online races and time trials. There are daily races which are held every day and championship where you can earn points and aim for the top of the rankings. Sport mode's racing system ensures that you race against drivers with equal skill levels. Improve your ratings in the daily races and rack up as many championship points as you can. But there are some driver rating as we already know about these kinds of features from Gran Turismo Sport. But there are 7 ratings available to be starting out in E to D to C to B to A and the A+ until you're about to be reaching up on to driver rating S. Performing well in sport mode races will improve your driver rating. Your DR is restricted by your SR. Your DR cannot improve unless you also improve your sportsmanship rating. A driver rating of S indicates a star driver. Drivers who will meet the entry conditions for championship can become registered as star drivers. So that's how the sportsmanship rating is all about, to have some indicates to do some best moments, to have some best racing skills to improve. But there might be some negative actions, such as colliding with other cars will cause your SR to decrease. The cleaner you drive, the more your SR will improve. So that's right, you guys. Better make sure just gonna have to try to make your nicer ways to improve your sportsmanship rating, to go clean overtake and master the turns, to do some good respective efforts. So let's respect each other in sport mode, so make sure race clean. But there are some 3 types of race entries to be starting out in Race A, Race B, and Race C. So it also depends on the beginner, intermediate, and advanced, whenever you like to choose, because performance in daily race will have to be affect on your driver rating and sportsmanship rating. The championships, so it's going to be a very good time to be regularly to be held tournaments and earn points for your performances. Championship consists of multiple rounds. Points are allocated at the end of each round based on your performance. Earn as many points as you can. Aim for the top of the rankings. The higher your DR, the more points you can earn. So this might be quite very brand new to GT7 because it's going to be starting out in leagues. So there might be some specific types of classes to be represented in GT class. Starting out in GT3 to be labeled in driver rating C or worse. That might be highlighted in the blue. But when you climb up onto driver rating B, it also represents GT2 to be colored in yellow. But going up higher onto GT1, it represents driver rating A or better. But that's how driver rating A is all about, going average to be climbing up onto your highest rank. But there might be some league classes will have to be used in the system because it also divided into 3 leagues. Matchmaking and championship point rankings are determined separately for each league. Your DR at the start of the season determines the league in which you'll compete. Once your league has been decided, you will compete in that league until at the end of the season. Cool. It's so very interesting to have separate league classes to be starting out. But there might be some racing equity is also to be featured, so better make sure if you can probably have to pause this video so the cursor will have to let you know. Alright? And there's also one more thing. Just try to make sure to do some pit lane cutting because that will be very useful to have some of the example. Many events in sport mode impose pit lane cutting penalties. Make sure you don't cross the white line when entering or exiting the pit lane. I'll have to keep that in mind. The pit lane line is very challenging, so we have to make sure to be very responsibly. So there it is right now, you guys. The championship is about to start out for today. The event date is starting out in March 21st this year. It's going to be the exhibition series test season 1 for the first round. So I hope I could probably have to go over to participate. So maybe this might be the plans to be starting out on racetrack to be well selected to be on different car classes. Starting out with the Roadster as ND 2015 to be at Tsukuba Circuit. That's a very good place to be started out for a beginner. Now, looks like it's going to be a very good time to be entered by the confirmation. You will be entered into the following league. Driver Rating B, GT2 League. Once your league has been decided, it cannot be changed until the end of the season. Well, yes, I would like to proceed. That's where I'm about to go in. So have you ever recognized about these number of entries by the time from Gran Turismo Sport? We all know because that would be the perfect place to start out on 5 entries at the available time. So let's go and start out on 1900 hours. So this is going to be the perfect time to go in to be selected. Only 3 hours and 13 minutes left. Gonna have to select a car. Good to go. Now it's time to get ready to go re-practice. But there are some other regulations will be eligible to be selected. So looks like the wide body is being prohibited. Tire choice, comfort soft. 7 laps might be a very good place to start. Alright, so now I'm about to get ready to go in to start out. Viewers, free practice is about to go on for having a good, excellent warm-up. I hope I could probably have to take the first time to do some sport mode online in practice. Alright. Time to go in, you guys. Make sure you're just gonna have to do some settings in case whenever you like to do. So let's go and get ready to do some warm-up. Switch things up on the radar and enter it onto the final turn. Good thing I purchased the Mazda Roadster ND 2015 from part number 11 in the full walkthrough. That makes the perfect time to get ready to go over onto the competition for doing some major events to be part in the FIA Gran Turismo Championship. Luckily for this update, it's going to be doing the best place to start out since we last left on the road to GT7 series. The driving physics may be very different just like the ones back in GT Sport, but it's going to be very challenging, so better make sure to drive respectfully to be very polite to other drivers during the competition. Gonna have to cruise around and do some warm-up practice at Tsukuba Circuit. Airpin number 3 coming right in. Oh, and by the way, you guys, when you're choosing any kinds of specific car that has a wide body modification, it does not eligible to participate in the Nations Cup. So better make sure to stay normal for any kinds of good vehicles will be well kept to be used. That's how the #1 important rule to be participate in the Nations Cup to have some new ways to be part in Gran Turismo 7. So now, lap #1 clear, and moving on into lap #2. Gonna have to stay right track. So close, but it might be have to try to go much less aggressive, more passive. Lap number 1 record checked, 1 minute, 15.907 seconds. Now let's see how challenging and faster it goes. But without the ghost car, that would be very challenging without it, so it will have to go strategize for doing some warm-up practice for today's event. Gonna have to switch up onto the hood cam, so it'll have to make it much nicer. Oh boy. Turn number 1 at the hairpin is doing much better. Alright, there you go. Looks like the sound of my PS4 Pro console is calming down. Cooling fan is still in play. Just gonna have to beat the heat. There you go. 1 second behind the gap, we'll be doing some well-improved time distance checked. Okay, keep on tracking. Now, lap number 3 complete. 1 minute, 14.710 seconds. Time to go again on turn number 1 at the hairpin. Just gonna have to drive smoothly, so I hope I could probably have to get ready to do some of my livery design to do some work. Time to beat my time. Push things up a bit. There you go. The plus is about to go decrease. Now for the minus. Full stretch, here I come. Last number turn is about to be coming towards it. Keep it steady. Better watch out for the handling. Alright, there you go. Lap number 4 is doing a good clear time for a new record. 1 minute, 14.356 seconds. So let's go and exit out. Here's my best time. Just like doing some time trial from Gran Turismo Sport. So here's some good highlighted check on the green. Sector 1 in 28.985 seconds. Sector 2, 33.16 seconds. And for Sector 3, 11.922 seconds is doing a good job on lap number 2. Highlighted for the best, 1 minute, 14.356 seconds to be on the best time. There you go. Looks like I have finally put up onto the France ranking onto 3rd place. But it might be possible just gonna have to go with any kinds of different liveries if you like to participate in the Nations Cup. So that makes the demonstration practice is now going to be well clear checked. So I'll be looking forward on to race number 1 in the test season. So I have to make sure to be checkmark not to show this again. Next up, Manufacturers Cup. Formerly titled as Manufacturers Series in GT Sport. Only in GT7 because the Manufacturers Cup is all about supporting your favorite manufacturers brands to be part onto the main series. So first up, in round number 1 is going to be on the event date in March 22nd, 2022, which is going to be on Tuesday for tomorrow. Group 3 category to be located at D-Force Raceway in Switzerland. Alright, looks like I should probably have to stick with a driver rating B because I have been working so hard for a very long time since I have finally reached driver rating A from GT Sport and then coming right back in on to driver rating B in GT7. But there are some manufacturer brands will be affiliate for a contract. So this is going to be a very good place to start out with. For my recommend pick, I have to go with Chevrolet because I'm always being part as Team Chevy to be supporting for a brand. So let's go and grab the Corvette C7 Group 4 to be selected with 4 colors: white, yellow, blue, and silver. Going with the blue, and then the Corvette C7 Group 3. All set and good to go. So now it's time to get ready to go for a practice. Trophy earned in Motor Mania. That's how you're about to step up and prep yourself for the Manufacturer Cup. Now here's the cutscene to have a different style. Welcome back to be part in Team Chevy for competing in the GTWS Manufacturer Cup to represent Chevrolet. So different time entries will be available just like Nations Cup to be on the available schedule. So let's start out on 1800 hours to be not yet accepting entries to be eligible. Only one more day left. And check the regulations if you like to take a good look. So the main requirements will be suitable to be entered to participate in the Manufacturers Cup. Time to grab the Corvette C7 Group 3 and go with a free practice to master the track. Nations Cup training number 1 by using the Mazda Roadster SMD 2015 at Tsukuba Circuit. We'll be doing some example exercise workout to be on the warm-up. For the next demonstration, taking part in the Manufacturers Cup is very important to support your manufacturer brand to take on with stronger opponents in different car brands from other countries. It's all about doing the best efforts out there to climb up onto the high records. So let's check again onto the car settings. So everything's all good to be on the hard racing compound tires. Let's go in and take the rolling start at the hairpin in D-Force Raceway. Take that hairpin and go speed them up. Timer starts now, and here comes the Corvette C7 Group 3 enters onto D-Force Raceway to do some warm-up onto the average lap time. For every Chevy fans out there, since I've joined up with Team Chevy for the Corvettes, but luckily I just really want my UDRS livery to come right back in to go back in action. So I have to make sure to have to stick with the official livery because it makes a very good yellow color to be represented as the C7R version. So let's master the turns and keep things up a bit. Gonna have to check to see how the traction is doing well. Same as 0. As you before enter the competition, make sure use the radar in case to be on a daytime conditions or weather conditions such as rain. But it might be possible just gonna have to use the weather radar in case to see how the surface of the terrain on the wet asphalt might be very hard to handle, but choices is yours, you guys. Just gonna have to go with the radar or the weather radar if you like to use to be well comfortable with. Time to stay on track. Gonna make sure to do a follow-up lineup we'll have to get through. Lap number 1 clear checked. 1 minute 33.877 seconds to do some preparation time before going faster. Let's go up the hill after taking turn number 1 at out and out. Dive right in and try not to make sure to get too much aggressive on the corners so it may be cause any opponents to get upset. That's how clean racing is all about, doing the main goal in general, you guys. That's how what we have to do to be participate in the FIA Gran Turismo World Series. Okay, there you go. Stay on track. Keep coming straight by enter onto the tunnel. Let's pass through onto the hairpin. Okay, that's more like it. Just gonna have to do this. Then, moving on towards the final corner at the line. It's better. Oh, there is also one more thing, you guys. In sport mode, it also includes with the penalty line all around on separate racetrack to be specifically. So just gonna have to keep that in mind when there's something having a mistake going on when having a penalty. Just gonna make sure to be very patient to be moving on in the next lap until you have to get over onto the penalty line to be forced to slow down automatically. It maybe depends to see how racing regulations is all about whenever it comes in to be well needed to have some racing rules for doing the part of the competition. Just gonna have to drive respectfully and try not to get any mistake like ignoring track limit like this, because I'm just gonna have to try to do some clean racing to do some exercise practice before the manufacturers come in tomorrow for round number 1. There it is right now, passing by. No effect on the penalty because that's how clean racing driver always has to stick together for the competition. Keep pushing forward. Now, gonna have to go for a new lap time. And here comes lap number 4. That was so close. Still barely tried to keep on touches. Alright, finally get the hang of this. Keep coming forward. Now gonna have to take the straightaway by enter the tunnels. Penalty line here. And here comes the hairpin. Alright, this is it. Lap number 4 comes to an end for the final stretch, and that makes a very good example demonstration on clean racing. Successful and well done for the fastest time for Team Chevy. 1 minute and 31.601 seconds. That's how practice works perfectly without ignoring track limit by the penalty, you guys. It's going to be very challenging to do some good new ways to have Group 3 cars to be parked for doing the first round at D4's Raceway. Now let's go exit out, and here's my best time. Very good. Now let's check again on the highlight to be marking the green. Lap number 4 in Sector 1 and 2, 26.260 seconds and 32.254 seconds. For lap number 2 in Sector 3, 32.767 seconds. Best time to be marking checked, 1 minute and 31.601 seconds. See you guys? That's how clean racing works for competing in the Manufacturers Cup in GT7. But we always love to stick with the title as Manufacturer Series from GT Sport. But this is perfectly to have a best ranking onto the friend spot on number 3. That's how doing some more practice before enter for tomorrow's race after the Nations Cup. So let's go and exit out, and that makes a very good examples to demonstrate to do some practices in 2 championships like the Nations and Manufacturers. So I guess training demonstrations on 2 championships will be doing some practice to take on with some most important events by the date. But also just gonna have to be reminded, you guys, 5 race entries will be available. We'll have to enter at one time. If you can ever, just gonna have to go focus onto the top 3 positions to make your mark. But there will be some points will be changed up onto the effect. So keep that in mind, you guys. Sometimes having win or lose moments in Gran Turismo 7 is going to do some new ways, just like GT Sports. So now it's time to get ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video. For the next video, I'm about to get started out to make my very own UTRS livery on the Mazda Roadster S ND 2015 will get settled in for starting out in round number 1. But there will be time lapse, so I could probably have to get ready to go quicker, and I'm about to bring out with some of my good best parts to do some searches, to do some music, but it's going to be giving some good classic nostalgia from the previous Gran Turismo games. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and bell for notification for upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community, and my UTRS liveries will be part as InSportTech Racing Team. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.